Now to this month's GMA Book Club pick, and it is Count My Lies, Sophie Stava's debut novel, and she joins us now in studio. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I bet. I mean, this cover is awesome. I always say, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah,
I kind of do, until it's good. This is a good cover.
This one you can, yes.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
GMA Book Club pick.
Thank you.
What do you think? How do you feel?
It is wildly surreal. It feels incredible. I've been writing for about 15 years, and I've heard a lot of no's, a lot of rejections, but it's also given me a lot of time to fantasize about what hearing yes would be like, and to fantasize about moments literally exactly like this one. So I'm just so honored to be here and so excited. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And the reviews have been incredible here, and I understand that at least part of this was inspired by an interaction that you had in real life, right?
Yes. So a few years ago, my kids were really little. We had this routine of going to the same park at the same time every day. And one day there was a woman there who I'd never seen before. She also had 2 kids, so we naturally got to chatting. And we hit it off instantly, like in the way that you hope to make friends as an adult, but really don't often do, right? And so we excitedly exchanged numbers and said that we would get together again. But as we left, she walked out one gate and I walked out the other. I had this sudden chilling thought, like, what if the reason we got along so well is because she already knew things about me?
Oh.
What if it wasn't a chance encounter, and what if she engineered the meeting?
Okay.
And so I ran away with that, and I thought, wouldn't it be so fun if there was a
were you thinking this about that person?
Yes,
Oh.
I was like, how did
goosebumps.
I love
it
the
felt
way
like
that your
too
mind
good to be
works.
true, right? Like, do you really meet somebody that good? And so I thought it would be such a fun story, and I ran away with it. Like, what if there was a character so desperate for connection she'd do and say anything?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, hooked.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we partner with Little Free Library to get copies of our GMA Book Club pick to readers all across the country. One of our stewards has a question for you.
Good morning, GMA. Hello, Sophie. My name is Karen, and I loved your debut novel. My question for you, Sophie, is what's the worst lie you ever told, and did you get caught or confess?
Oh, well, I am a terrible liar. It makes me feel incredibly sick to my stomach. And this started when I was really little. And I think my first memory of lying was we lived next to this beautiful home with this huge field of flowers. And one morning I decided it would be smart to pick flowers for a bouquet for my mom. So I went over to the neighbor's yard and picked this huge bouquet and gave it to her. And my mom was like, where did you get this? Did you pick these? And as soon as she said that, I realized, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So I said, no, I found them all lying on the ground. And she was like, oh, you did? And I felt so terrible. And later, like years later, I asked her, I was like, did you know that I was lying about this? And she was like, well, obviously, I knew you were lying. It was a terrible lie. So it sort of set me up to like avoid lying like the plague from then on.
Well, but you still kind of lied, because this particular interview, I mean, you couldn't talk about the GMA Book Club pick.
No, and as you can say, I'm a terrible liar. And so when anybody said, like, oh, are you so excited? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And at one point, my father-in-law, who's been so kind and so excited, he's like, I bet you're gonna go on TV. I can't wait to see you on Good Morning America. And I was like, oh, but I really am gonna be on Good Morning America, and I can't tell you. And I felt like I was holding this like big secret and lying. So it was sort of the irony of Count My Lies and counting on my lies.
It's kind of the perfect way to sell this book.
Yeah, you know, right? Yeah. So thank you. Another time, yeah.
And in addition to that, I understand that you have some big news, a surprise for fans here. What is that?
Well, I can say that the book is now under development for a TV show.
Already? Okay.
That's a fun.
Oh, it's a dream. Well, it's so fun because the way I write, I sort of see the scenes playing in my head. And so to have readers be able to literally then see it on screen too is going to feel, I think, really magical.
And that's what's so fascinating, because before we came back from break, Gio was asking you what your writing process is like.
Yes.
And very Stephen King-esque. It comes to you as you're writing.
Absolutely. So I have this sort of like what if moment, like what if there's this character who's so desperate, and then I go from there. So I see that scene, and usually that scene leads me to another scene, and sometimes I see scene 20, and then I'm like, oh, now I need to connect this scene and this scene. But I've been a lifelong reader. I mean, I almost think of myself as a reader before a writer, and so I love a good twist, but I feel like the lead up to the twist is really what you want to nail. And to do that, I think, is to really like get invested in the characters. And so I spend a lot of time in their head and trying to figure out what their motivations are. So when you get that twist, it's that like really big moment.
And getting suspicious of people in real life.
Yes. You have to have that eye out, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. You are such a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank
so
you so much.
grateful.
I can't wait to
I'm
read
so
this.
grateful. This is so so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming in.
And I hope your father-in-law's watching.
He is. Hi.
Count My Lies is available right now. Thank you again.
Thank you.